Who is the most ridiculous Deadpool villain? When you're dealing with a character like Deadpool, the merc with a mouth, you're bound to run into a classic gallery of rogues ranging from badass to just plain absurd. Amidst them, one name often pops up with a snicker: Squirrel Girl. Now, before you start chucking acorns at me for declaring her a villain, let me clarify. She's typically seen as a hero, sure, but in the eyes of old Deadpool, anyone who can kick your butt up, down, and sideways deserves a spot on your personal list of nemesis. And Squirrel Girl did just that in the comics, which is a feat when dealing with a guy who can regenerate from a puddle of goo. So, why is Squirrel Girl, or Doreen Green to be precise, so ridiculously awesome? She's got squirrel-like agility, can communicate with the furry little critters, and has a tail. Yep, a bushy tail. That isn't just for show. Imagine Deadpool's quips when facing off with someone who's like a Disney princess in a brawl. But the ridiculousness doesn't stop at her powers. It's her unbeatable record. She's taken down Marvel heavy hitters like Doctor Doom and Thanos. If that doesn't scream ridiculous, I don't know what does. But in the best possible way, of course. Yet she manages to do all of this with a level of pluck that would have even the most hardened Portland hipsters cracking a smile as they sip their artisanal coffee. That juxtaposition of the cuddly and lethal forms the perfect counterbalance to Deadpool's own blend of violence and humor. When Squirrel Girl and Deadpool clash, it's a spectacle of nut-throwing and sword-slinging that turns the usual superhero showdown into a Saturday morning cartoon rife with wisecracks. It's no surprise she's a cult favorite. She's ridiculous in power, but endearing in character, just like Deadpool himself. Those two tangled up make you realize the more outlandish a Deadpool villain is, the more entertaining the story becomes. In a comic universe where we've got time-traveling cyborgs and planet-eating titans, why not embrace the hero who has the power of the park's bushiest-tailed critters? After all, it's the contrast, the silly put up against the serious, that often crafts the most memorable and delightful stories.